Welcome back.
Thanks, brother.
I'm emotional, man. I wanted
Yeah.
I wanted to hear music from you so much, but I knew that you had to get there yourself. You had to figure it out.
Yeah.
You had to figure it out. And wow, I mean, isn't that enough? Is just what growth. What incredible artistic growth I'm hearing coming out of you. And do you know how good it is on the other song just to hear you laugh? It's f***ing great, man. It's like so. That's my hi friend moment.
Hey, friend.
These two songs. Let's start really simple, Shawn. What does it mean to you to be putting these two songs out right now? We know you for your music. That's how we got to know you. I've gotten to know you beyond your music. So what is it about putting these two songs out? Why are we hearing them? What does it mean to you?
When I started writing this album, it was really just like, can I do this again, you know? And it was like, I felt zero pressure to address anything, to write about anything in particular. It was just, can I make music and can I feel good about making it again?
Yeah.
Isn't That Enough was it was kind of like I was up against this wall every day. We were in the studio, and then all those walls kind of broke and everything stripped back, and it was just like me with a guitar singing in a room. It was like one mic put in front of me and Mike and Scott and Nate, and we just played the song top to bottom, and that just felt good. It just felt good to record and write like that again, you know. And even for me as like a singer, I was like, oh, I forgot how good it feels to just like sing live with nothing in your ears, just next to someone who's singing from their heart. And
Because it's chemistry, man. It's
yeah,
real.
chemistry. Yeah,
It's a tangible thing that we can't see or understand, but when you feel it, you feel yourself, right?
it was just a process of stripping back and a process of like getting back to somewhere I felt like I never was in the first place, you know?
Wow.
Just like that feeling of, I don't know, like beyond myself with music, like just being stoked to have a guitar in my hand and sing a song because it felt good. And
That's a very, very powerful observation from my perspective, having spoken to you off the record, but also on the record for hours about your journey and about the gratitude that you've shown for the success that you've achieved.
yeah,
But also, you've always been very upfront and very bold and honest about the search for the feeling beyond that metric of value. Like, hang on, I want to get the feeling. I want to find the feeling. And as soon as I press play on Isn't That Enough, I was like, oh shit! Like he's free. Like it sounds
yeah,
free.
yeah. Actually, it's funny you say that, like completely out of my mom's vernacular, but I remember when I played her the song in the video, the first thing she said was, "Oh wow, babe, you found yourself." And it's
Oh
like
wow!
my mom would never say words like that. It's just not something she would say. Gave me chills when she said it
I
because it
just
was
got him
like,
now.
yeah, when your mom says that, it hits a little different, you know?
Yeah, because it's what you hope for your children.
Yeah, I guess a feeling of like general ease, you know, a feeling of general self-acceptance, you know?
Yeah, which is why the album's called Shawn. It's not lost on anybody, you know.
Yeah.
It's a very honest photo. It's a very honest album title. I'm assuming it's the most honest album you've ever made.
Yeah, it just feels like the most natural thing I've ever made. And it's great because it's like the most natural thing I've ever made, and it also feels like the most natural thing to talk about it. Feels like the most natural thing to play live. And so it's just like giving me all these it just kind of feels easier than it ever has in a really lovely way.
Shawn Mendes, we've been looking forward to talking with you here at Apple Music. You know we love you. You know I love you. This new album is called Shawn. We get two songs right now. One that's got some tempo to it as well, which is, you know, it's why is it? It's got a very it's very heavy and light on its feet. You know, it's
Yeah.
got that thing to it, but at the same time, it's moving in a different way. Tell us the story about making that song and you know what it means to you. Because like I said, it's there's a room mic at the start and there's a sense of joy. And I think if I could tee this up fans would rightfully have reasons to have felt concerned because the way the picture's been painted in recent years is that the joy has been lacking. And so it's so nice to hear the song start with some joy.
With a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I think that was also a big part of it. Even with Isn't That Enough was just like I felt like I had a conversation with the fans and with the public just to be like, just the how are you? Just like I needed to address that, like, hey, how have you been? And like I needed to say back like I'm good,
Yeah.
everything's good. It's gonna be good. It's all right. And yeah, like I think why kind of like I said, I felt no pressure to address anything, but it was just one of those experiences where there would be kind of became this joke while we were making the album was like if I started to experience some pretty heavy anxiety in the studio, everyone was like at that point everyone was sure that a great song was going to be coming after it because there was some sort of healing crisis, some sort of breakthrough that was supposed to happen.
Wow, that's a whole other pressure. Holy
Yeah, yeah, totally.
holy
Not
there's a lot wrapped up in that.
Totally. And I mean, I wasn't always the case, but a lot of the time if there was something like in me that was causing me in pain, it was something that was trying to kind of express itself. And this one was a big one, obviously. It kind of just addresses a lot of stuff. And I think for me, it just felt like I just didn't want to have to make anyone work to hear me. I just wanted to say it as it was.
And you really did. Look, I mean, there are moments in here that feel like the broad strokes of an artist painting their own way, and then there are very clear, defined lines on this canvas. You know, I stepped off the stage with nothing left, all the lights were fucking with my head. I mean, that it doesn't get more specific than that. I mean, you gave yourself the space to go away and heal and figure out what it is you wanted to say before you came back
Yeah.
by saying, "Hey, I can't do this right now. I love you. I respect everybody. You know that I'll be back." You've really filled in with some color here. I mean, the idea of actually the the concept of lights themselves, this pattern with a crowd in front of it that you see breaking in and out of certain colors and strobes, black and light, right? Dark and light, causing anxiety,
Yeah.
being an actual proper trigger for you in that regard. That's what I took from the line, and it's very succinct.
I think on the process of like working through starting to heal, there's certainly like these moments of feeling like you're past something, and then there's moments where it all catches up with you and it feels like you're not past a single thing. And it's kind of this cyclical nature where something I learned in therapy that's helped me so much is just like not everything has to have a end line period solution or end line period reason. It's just
Totally.
like it is, it's acknowledging it. And like that was kind of what this song was for me, was like these were things that were spinning and do spin around my head. But it was kind of just like this is also what it's like to be human, just to have these things. And
You just gotta try let him come and let him go. I mean,
yeah.
sometimes I sit on my own and I say out loud what's causing my stomach to churn, just to myself, just to put it out there, get it out of me.
It's like there's I don't know, there's something like ancestral about it. There was something anthemic about those words, like why. It almost felt like a cry, like it felt like a I don't know, it just felt powerful and beautiful. And like that's why I wanted that to go with Isn't That Enough, because I wanted people to feel the spectrum, of the sonic space.
Were there moments in why, and when we're not going to pull the lyrics apart, but were there moments when you were singing it when you knew, like, okay, I have crossed a new threshold into honesty here, or at least
Yeah.
self-awareness, because of what I'm willing to say in my music versus before, where I may have shrouded it in some kind of illusion or imagery?
1,000%. I think I remember, especially with the father line, sitting there with the guys I wrote with, and Eddie Benjamin. He's sitting there and he's kind of like, something about being a father, something about almost being a father, something about almost being a father. And I remember kind of subconsciously ignoring him because I'm like, I don't want to go there. And then when the moment came, I realized, like, I realized there was two options for me. It was literally like, I'm gonna go down this path of like speaking my exact truth, or I'm gonna like dance around it. And it felt pointless to dance around it, even if the song was never to see the light of day. I was like, why are we here dancing around it? So yeah, I felt like I crossed a big threshold, and I think it feels just like really liberating, even just to like be in a space where I've done that as a writer. Now I feel more free to do that as a human.
Yeah, I can sense it, man. You're in a clear space, and
Yeah.
that's so good to see. I'm gonna pause here. I'm just gonna celebrate this music with you, and just say thanks for coming back and bringing us these two beautiful songs. Um, what is time? What is waiting? What is any of that anyway? You know, when the music comes back, it all evaporates, and you're just left with new music that you love. You add it to your life, and it becomes part of your journey, man. So we're gonna take these songs and say thanks, Shawn, and I can't wait to see you in person, man.
I love you, Zane. Thank you, man.